Here's Republican presidential frontrunner Mitt Romney speaking at a campaign event a couple of weeks ago in South Carolina.
I'm concerned about our poor in this country. We have to make sure that the safety net for our poor is always strong and able to help those that can't help themselves.
Mitt Romney very concerned about the poor in this country. That was 2.5 weeks ago. Here was Mitt Romney today.
I'm not concerned about the very poor.
Today, Mitt Romney not concerned about the very poor. The poor, they're fine. 2 weeks ago, he was concerned, worried about whether the safety net was strong enough. But now, poor schmoor, no need to worry. Turns out there's this awesome safety net.
I'm not concerned about the very poor. We have a safety net there. If it needs a repair, I'll fix it.
I got to ask you, you just said, I'm not concerned about the very poor because they have a safety net. And I think there are lots of very poor Americans who are struggling who would say, that sounds odd. Can you explain that?
Well, you had to finish the sentence, Soledad. I said, I'm not concerned about the very poor that have a safety net, but if it has holes in it, I will repair them.
Got it. Okay.
The challenge right now, we will hear from the Democrat Party the plight of the poor, and there's no question it's not good being poor, and we have a safety net to help those that are very poor. We have a very ample safety net, and we can talk about whether it needs to be strengthened or whether there are holes in it, but we have food stamps, we have Medicaid, we have housing vouchers, we have programs to help the poor.
Mitt Romney, zillionaire, not concerned about the very poor in this country. He does admit that it's not good being poor, in his words. But hey, he says that's what the safety net is for. And if that safety net has holes in it, Mitt Romney says he will fix them. That's what he says. Here's what has been actually proposed as policy by Mitt Romney, self-proclaimed safety net repairman. For starters, he says he would sign Congressman Paul Ryan's budget into law. Almost 2/3 of the budget cuts in the Paul Ryan plan come from programs that serve the poor, including more than $2 trillion in cuts from Medicaid and Medicaid-related health care. That's one of the safety net programs Mr. Romney specifically said he would fix the holes in today by cutting it dramatically. The plan also cuts $127 billion out of the food stamp program that Mr. Romney cited as reason to not be all that concerned about the poor. Mr. Romney's own budget plan would cut tens of billions of dollars from Medicaid. He specifically, therefore, wants to make less money available for this key safety net program that he said today he would work to fix, to strengthen if it needs it. So, yes, Mitt Romney saying he's not concerned about poor people in this country is another one of those things that Mitt Romney keeps saying.
I like being able to fire people who provide services to me.
Rick, I'll tell you what. $10,000? $10,000 bet?
Corporations are people, my friend. Never get involved in politics if you have to win an election to pay a mortgage.
I get speaker's fees from time to time, but not very much.
I should also tell my story. I'm also unemployed.
I'm not concerned about the very poor.
Yes, this is another line to add to the, oh my God, I can't believe the Republicans are going to nominate Thurston Howell for president files, right? But it is not just for the Thurston Howell files. Turns out the I don't care very much about the poor people line today is also a good, quick and dirty summary of what Mitt Romney is proposing in terms of policy.
I'm not concerned about the very poor.